Nityananda. Thank you for tuning in. Today I want to share how to repair and grow your hair. But before I get into that, I would want to share how I found this formula, this recipe, right? So my freshman year of college, I lived in a dorm by myself, and the dorm had 2 beds and 2 closets and 2 desks, everything for 2 people, but it just seemed that it wasn't meant to be. So a lot of my freshman year, I stayed in, and when I wasn't doing homework, which I was always doing homework, I would find time to, I guess, pamper myself, to do things for myself. And this was the time that I started falling in love with myself. It was a beautiful experience. But besides doing things for beauty, like plucking my eyebrows, shaving my legs, things like this, I started doing things for my health. So things like detoxifying myself, things like repairing my hair, because before freshman year, I went in, during high school and middle school, I would straighten my hair and curl my hair constantly. So freshman year, my hair was very fried. So it took a lot of time, but finally it feels healthy, it feels good. So I also wanted to relate this with one of Swamiji's videos. Now Swamiji Nityanandam is the very avatar today, is the very Sadashiva force in a being, and Sadashiva is the very life and death force that created everything that exists and does not exist today. So Swamiji shared a video of saying that we are gods, but to live like gods on earth, we must have integrity. To me, this is saying we must treat people how we want to be treated. So it was very hard because I wanted to love unconditionally. I wanted to treat everybody like they were my love. And it was hard for me to do this because at that time, I didn't love myself completely at that time. So it's hard to love somebody unconditionally when you don't love yourself unconditionally. So as soon as I started falling in love with myself, I began falling in love with every life force that there is, right? I felt like everything that has a soul is alive. And I realized when I did this one meditation with auras, I saw that the walls had auras, the chairs had auras. And I was like, oh my Lord, everything has a soul. A rock has a soul. A bug has a soul. So as soon as I started loving everything unconditionally, that started coming back. I started getting a lot of love back from people that I've never known or people who I have met, and they've come back in my life and said, hey! It's a very joyous moment when somebody out of your circle shows you unconditional love by you just smiling at them, or by you just saying a simple hello, how are you, what are your plans today? You know, it's beautiful. It's a very beautiful thing. Try it. So that isolation freshman year, it really helped me out. It helped me begin to enjoy my own company. Afterwards, my friends thought I was depressed because I would never want to go out. I felt good. I felt comfortable in my own dorm. I didn't have a TV, so I always found things to entertain myself, and that was really nice. It was a good experience. But another thing that led me to this sort of formula was this one friend that I had. Her name was Evelyn, and I'm gonna ask her if I can include her Facebook link in the description. That way, if you guys have any questions about her, she's the girl to go to, really. And she basically taught me everything I know about my hair. And of course, after time, you start learning things about your own hair because I just woke up, so I'm staying like this. But but everybody's hair is different. Just like people, just like every life form is different. But I remember her distinctively saying, treat your hair like it's your baby. I was like, oh my gosh. I had an epiphany at that moment when she said that. And I thought that she's absolutely right. As long as I treat my well-being and myself as a baby, myself will treat me better. If we start eating unhealthy things or frying our hair constantly without trying to repair it or using hair protectant or something, it will come out fried. And later on, about a year later, we weren't really talking, but I still realized that this was the very answer to everything. If we treat not only ourselves, but every other life form like our babies, the universe, if we treat the universe like our babies, then the universe will treat us like the baby. And I thought that was just a good simile, relating back to Swamiji's Swamiji's video, because we treat people how we want to be treated, right? And this, you got to think about it. Every person that you meet, they're like a mirror. So what happens on the inside of you will happen on the outside of them. It's nice. So if any time you run into a person who's very negative, you don't have to be negative back. You just have to think, why is this person being put in my life? What am I doing? What am I doing similarly to be like this? Because we are mirrors. Everything is a mirror. So yes, without further ado, I would love to get into the tutorial. So the first thing that I usually do, I get a bandana. You can use anything, a towel, a cloth, a sheet, a blanket, whatever. I just use it because I don't want to get the oil. We're going to be using oil all over my clothes. So I just fold it in like this sort of shape, a triangle sort of shape, and I put it right here. And sometimes I clip it down, sometimes I tie it down. Right now I'm just going to leave it. And I like to work in sections because it's just easier for me. So you can tell my hair is very oily because I don't wash my hair every day. I feel like it's unhealthy to do that. Which Evelyn actually said that too. And I guess if you guys start asking her questions, it would sort of influence her to start making videos, to start enriching people, to start spreading her knowledge, because she's very, very smart. Very smart. Especially when it comes to your health. So I'm going to just put this up, and if anybody's wondering, I have vibhuti on my head right now. It's sacred ash, and you can put it on. Today I made the intention of making the best of every situation, so I get a little bit of it, and I pray on it. And then I put it on, and there's just something about it that makes me feel so good. And kumkum in its purest form, but not as pure because we're in America. I'm in America, I'm in the U.S., so everything is really processed here. Everything is combined with something. Next year I'm going to take my wide tooth comb and start combing out my hair. I'm not doing this very properly. When Evelyn told me, like I said, she taught me everything I know about hair. But she said, because you want to treat your hair like it's your baby, because you want to treat it very gently and with compassion, you're going to want to start from the very bottom and just work your way up. That way, if you hit into any man, I don't know how to talk today, any knots, then you can gently comb them out, rather than when I was doing this, you see there's knots, and I'm not going to pull on that because it's just going to break your hair more. But because I know that there's knots there, I'm going to just slowly pick at it. So next year I will be going to India, and hopefully, well, I know that I will be getting the vibhuti and the kumkum right here to protect the third eye in the purest forms when I go to India. It's so exciting. I'm excited. And since I have this piece out, you see how tangled that is compared to this side. I'm just gonna comb it as well. Might as well. You just roll with it. Nice. Okay. And after this, because I don't wash my hair every day, when I do comb it, well, like on my second day, third day, I won't comb it, I won't brush it, I won't touch it or anything. So what I do is I put it up in a bun, just like this, and then the next day I readjust the bun and put it up and just tighten it a little bit, just like this, and I'm done. So when I do comb my hair for this process, there is a lot of fallout. So I keep a trash can right next to me, so anything that I can grab, it's just right there. And then also what you're going to want to do, I know it's sort of scary because you're trying to grow your hair, but you're going to cut off all your dead ends. Now you can go individually and pick out the dead ends, or you can do what I do, and I take like, I don't know, maybe an inch, and I just cut it off with every single section. For me, it's easier to do it when it's dry. That way you can let it settle, and it is, excuse me, but that way you can let it settle, and then there's a way for you to tell the actual length of what it's going to be. And I don't cut very straight, and I know because I do it in sections, my hair is not all the same length, but honestly I don't care as long as my hair is healthy and I'm not doing it for the look. So again, with your other side, okay, and since those two pieces are done, I'm going to leave this one in the front. And what we're going to do is take it away from the neck, or from the root, and I'm going to start grabbing oil and putting it here. Now you can use pretty much any organic oil or any cold pressed oil, any oil that you feel like it would be good for your hair. So what I have, they're very dirty because when I do this, I just go from oil to oil to oil, and I get oil on the cans. So there's grapeseed oil, walnut oil, same brand, pumpkin seed oil, and of course castor oil. I just bought this online on Amazon, but I really recommend, if you're trying to grow your hair, use castor oil. Get yourself some castor oil, invest in it. Even I regret not getting the very big one, just because it's lasted me a while, but it's kind of down, and I'm still going to be using it. So yeah, what I do is just get a little bit in your hand and just start. Now again, we're keeping it, well, that was a lot, but we're keeping it away from the root, just because we'll be going back to that root in a little bit. So I just do this. I have walnut on this one, so I might as well just put it on here. And I just alter between all of the oils. Sometimes I'll get a second oil or all 4 oils. I have more, but I just picked out these today. Just get some oil and put it there. So what I have playing in the background is a mantra, which is like a chant, like a meditation, I guess, for Ganesh, and it says powerful mantra for healthy and wealthy life. I just think it sounds so beautiful. But if you don't know who Ganesh is, I'd really recommend researching into it. It is the son of Sadashiva, again, that very life force that keeps us together, that keeps us going. It's nice to think about, because we are we are extensions of God's, or of God. This is